I promise you've never thought about this. What if humans stopped aging? Would it be a dream come true or a Pandora's box of unseen challenges? Let's dive into this thought experiment and uncover the social, scientific, and ethical ramifications of a world where aging simply stops. First, let's explore the biology of aging. Right now, as you listen to this, your body is undergoing a multitude of processes tied to natural aging. Cells are dividing, DNA is accumulating damage, and even as we grow older, we take on wrinkles and gray hair as signals of the passage of time. Current aging research has identified key mechanisms like telomere shortening, cellular senescence, and oxidative stress. Telomeres, basically protective caps on the ends of your chromosomes, get shorter each time a cell divides. Scientists have hypothesized ways to stop or reverse this process. Techniques like reactivating telomerase, an enzyme that adds length to these caps, could theoretically stop cells from aging. But does this mean we could stop aging altogether? And more importantly, what happens next? Now, imagine a society where scientists have cracked the aging code. It starts with healthcare revolutionizing, nurses and doctors now focusing less on age-related illnesses. Alzheimer's? Gone. Heart disease linked to aging? Diminished. The famous fountain of youth may not be a bubbling spring, but instead a technological marvel like a gene-editing therapy or a downloadable update to your genome. But stopping aging isn't just a physical change. This ripples through every facet of life. People look the same for decades, possibly centuries. Think about the workforce. Would you ever retire? If people stayed in their prime forever, competition for jobs might become brutal. Retirement plans and pensions? They'd be a thing of the past. After all, why save for later if later never deteriorates? The population could swell in an unprecedented way. Imagine a world where no one ages and people keep having children. Earth's resources, already under strain, might fall terribly short of humanity's insatiable demand. But here's a twist. Would people still have kids if they never aged? Perhaps they wouldn't feel the pressure of passing on their legacy, knowing they could achieve great things at any point in eternal life. This could lead to dwindling birth rates and aging populations that paradoxically never age. Is this sustainable? That's where it gets tricky. Some governments may regulate the process, perhaps by mandating that only a select few may benefit from age-halting treatments. Social divides could widen. The wealthy might reign as an eternal, unaging elite, while the less fortunate are left to succumb to their mortality. But let's not forget the psychological impact. The passage of time gives life its meaning, its urgency. Remove aging, and you remove the constant reminder of one's mortality. How might this affect our mental well-being? Would people appreciate moments, milestones, and memories as deeply if they knew they had forever ahead of them? The value of a single breath, the weight of a fleeting moment, this could all diminish in an ageless world. This raises another personal dilemma. Would you actually want to stop aging? Think about your current relationships. If you and your partner stopped aging, but your friends or family didn't, or worse, couldn't afford to, that creates an entirely new spectrum of human longing, loss, and even privilege. And what about the paradox of crime and punishment? If immortality comes with not aging, would a life sentence in prison even hold the same weight? On the flip side, as no one physically deteriorates, medical advancements may find ways to keep the human body perfectly tuned, potentially minimizing violent crime since there's less perceived desperation when health isn't a factor. But could this push us to other extremes, like more societal division, or even a black market for aging technology? Could you imagine a world where unaging humans could actually stop maturing emotionally as well? Some philosophers argue that aging breeds wisdom. The tribulations of life teach us to become more compassionate and understanding. The youthful impulsiveness we all carry eventually sharpens into calculated maturity. By stopping aging, might we also lose something quintessentially human? Then there's the question of religion. Many worldviews place an emphasis on aging and eventual death as part of a divine plan or natural order. Entire belief systems could go into flux, and debates about the moral implications of halting aging would thrive in society. There could even be a fatal backlash to these scientific innovations, leading certain groups to reject ageless treatments altogether. Lastly, would the promise of never aging take away the allure of exploration and risk? You might try to protect your eternal body at all costs, avoiding experiences that involve danger or adventure. Skydiving, rock climbing, exploring uncharted parts of the world or the ocean. All of these could dwindle as people tuck themselves safely into a cocooned environment to make eternity a little less risky. And let's not forget what happens to our planet. An unaging society would mean people would stick around much longer, using more resources and generating more waste. Climate change, resource wars. As much as stopping aging feels utopian, the logistics of living on an overpopulated planet could quickly turn dystopian. And speaking of dystopia, would humanity try to surpass the terrestrial limits? With thousands or even millions of years ahead, let's say we set our sights outward. Eternal life might drive an unending quest for outer space colonization. Maybe this is how we expand to the stars, not out of curiosity, but out of necessity to avoid a crisis on our home planet. Planets like Mars? They could become the new retirement haven, albeit without the shuffleboard courts. What's thrilling, though, is that this hypothetical scenario makes us think deeply not just about science, but about purpose, morality, and what makes life beautiful. Without aging, humanity may soar to thrilling new heights, or collapse under unforeseen pressures. So, ask yourself, do you really want to stop aging? Or does the very ticking clock of life make it all the more precious? This is definitely one question without easy answers, but it's fun to imagine. Let us know what you think in the comments. Is immortality the key to humanity's future, or its undoing? And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and come back for more what-if facts. Because the best part of what-ifs is how they make us look at what's possible. See you next time.